Okay. Okay. Right. So, should I start now on this topic?
Yes, please, you can start.
Okay. Now, the most important in this, the high density is, first I want to clear the high density is not only planting on a closer distance. High density is possible with the different root stocks. So if the root stock is like, there are two kind of, normally we know about the roots. We know about the roots, and root stocks are normally of taproot system. I mean, one root that goes deep into the soil, and another is the adventitious. I mean, that goes to the sides. So the more research work, maybe in the East Molling, or maybe the research in the Cornell or in Geneva, whatever areas they've been research, there is a lot of research being done on the root stocks. So if the root stocks are dwarfer root stocks, number one, they are more adventitious. Roots are not going deep. They are taking energy. They are taking food, nutrients from the upper portion of the soil, which is more fertile normally. So if this is the case, then yes, we can go for high density. So the high density, the first condition, this is not it's not everything. I mean, the first condition. We all know about the bonsais. And what we do in the bonsais, we make the plant dwarf artificially. And in that case, we need to prune the roots at a regular interval. When the root growth is very much, we normally take it from the pot and cut the roots to make the plant dwarf. Here in the high density case, I mean, this is somehow more or less similar, but the natural tendency of the roots is different, is behaving like different, behaving like in the pot roots, not very much. The roots are profuse but not deep. They are more on the ground. So this is one. So this is important of the rootstock, but another factors are also important. One is to train and prune the plant. So there are two factors, more factors, which we have to that we have to take care, because that is above the ground. So above the ground, we can control the plant by training it and by pruning it. So these are the two factors, training and pruning, that we can check and restrict the growth of the plant in desired direction. So if this goes into the desired direction, then then we can control the plant and make the plant to grow in a very much controlled, restricted way, and making a hedge-like structure. So here you can see, this is 2004 when I started. First time I visited Netherlands and saw the orchard. Then I saw, oh my God, this seems to be like an indeterminate tomato. That was not a tomato in case of the apple, it was just apple in a very different way. So when I saw this, I was very in a tour. Then I immediately said, why not to start? Then I started with the dwarf rootstock that was M9 available that time. Then I took the first consignment in 2004-5. As you see, this is the first container we received from the Netherlands. This was the dwarf rootstock M9. And the varieties that time were not very good, because in Europe, the varieties were a little bit sour. They were not very sweet of the Indian taste, but the procedure, to understand the whole procedure and the system, that was very good when I started in 2005. Then more professional system of grafting and the bench system, we started that. And then we planted in the nurseries. We started making the rootstocks and the nurseries together. So this is 2007, you can say. And the first result was very, very good. I mean, when I saw the result, we started in the field, it was absolutely good. But look at the difference between this is the below. Can you see the presentation also? Is that possible?
Yes, we are seeing the presentation.
Okay, good. So if you see here, the difference between the traditional system, this is Kashmir, and the traditional tree, that is a mango-like tree, is very difficult to harvest the mangoes. And on the top, above, you can see the high density apple, which is very easy to harvest, close spacing because the high density, the fruit stalks, and my observation was that time when in 2007, my observation was that there is a huge and big difference. We've been doing in India everything in a traditional way. In India, even citrus, you can see, no, you know the mulberries, you know the jamun tree that goes very, very big, the bale, bear, kathal, that jackfruit, all even the guava, they all now in worldwide they are switched to the non-root stocks. Even the grapes, goes. I mean, grape is a fruit that grows right from the high temperate region to a high tropical region. So that's a wide range of thousands of varieties of grape spread over the various altitudes. But for every different soil altitude, there are the different root stocks. And we know the cherry. I mean, in cherry case is also very, very important to know that in the case of cherry, we have earlier we've been doing on the cold. Earlier we've been doing only on the natural wild root stocks. But then we turn to the cold. Then later the Gizla 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now the Gizla 7 introduces the dwarf root stocks. So in case of the walnut, there's normally is the paradox and the pixie, there are varieties of the root stocks where the root stocks are very, very different to make the plant dwarf. And the varieties also, varieties, there are varieties, but normally the varieties are not that much responsible for the dwarfness. For the dwarfness and high density, the more responsible is the rootstocks. So I think I make my point very clear that because of the development of new clones, new rootstocks, this is possible. And when we do with a high density any crop, I mean, it's not the case of the apple, but we do any crop, then we can take the distance closer. When we take the distance closer, then in the close spacing, we need to address the light issue also. Because if you plant two rows, suppose you plant the 2 rows, and 2 rows, the distance is suppose 10 feet. Then closing is plant to plant close distance. Like if we plant to plant, keep a distance of maybe 2 feet, 3 feet, or 4 feet. It all falls under the high density. But normally we do it to make it a hedge. So if it's a hedge or a fruit wall, you can say the line to line distance is very important. We can make the more closer distance of the fruit wall of the plants, but line to line distance has to be kept, taking care of that enough sunlight should enter the orchard. Otherwise, one line will put a shadow on the other line. So this is important. So line to line distance normally in the case of apple is something like 2.8 to 9 to 3, 2.9 to 3 meters line to line. If it is 3 meter, then you can also take the plant up to 3 meter height and do the head back. In the case of like it's a hedge, it's a closed plantation, then we need to do the head back at the height of 3 meters. So if at the height of 3 meters we are doing the head back, means the head is not putting a shadow on the next line. And also we have to see okay. We have to see in case the solar, if suppose we are to parallel to the sun direction. If we are planting the orchard lines parallel to the sun, then it's the case when the fruits will not get more of the lights. If we plant it perpendicular, then we'll get more of the lights. So normally we recommend planting orchards parallel to lines, parallel, not parallel, but perpendicular to the sun directions, because then in the morning the whole orchard will get the sunlight from one direction, and when at the evening time it will get the sunshine from the another direction. This way the fruit will get more and more light, and the purpose of the high density is satisfied. So the purpose has to be done. Now, important facts is also we have to take care about the when we check, and we have to normally check the strata of the soil also. Strata means the horizontal section of the soil. If we see here the horizontal section of the soil, we can very well analyze the soil strata. Also, the root structure is there, and that we can also very well here. If you see the top root system, here is the tap root system, and the bottom you can see with the white root, that's a shallow root system. And on the left, if you can see, this is a fibrous root system, and there is no tap root at all. This is M9 rootstock, where you won't find the tap root system. And the range of the rootstocks, if you see it, the rootstocks, I mean, there's M series and then Amla series, which is a little bit more refined than the M series in case of the apple, and then the Geneva series. These are all dwarfing rootstocks, but still you can see there are rootstocks like 111, which are called the little vigorous rootstocks. And the vigorous rootstocks can withstand the air pressure. The vigorous rootstock can withstand with little lesser water, but the dwarf rootstocks, they need always the support, and they need always more and more water, because if you can understand easy that the topsoil, the climate is changing regularly of the topsoil. Even if the water, if you pour the water, goes inside. If the soil is little bit sandy, the water will go inside, and again the topsoil becomes more drier. And normally that's why we advise is putting mulching, because we want to maintain the upper soil, that 6-7 inch of the soil, very much with the climate which is required. I mean, the upper soil temperature, the upper soil moisture, because the more and more roots are there, that's why we need to protect it. So normally we recommend, together with the drip, we recommend the mulching also, that you can see, because mulching normally maintains the topsoil. So with the improved varieties, yes, of course, if we have the rootstock, good rootstocks, then if we have the improved varieties, that is, I mean, clubbing the both, that is the wonder. That is the wonder, and there lies the money, because ultimate is what? Ultimate is the farmers' cash in hand, and farmers get more and more money with more and more better varieties. In case of the apple, the good looking apples are always very good. Red apples are always very good, but their shape also counts. Also the skin thickness counts. Also the sweetness counts. Also the firmness counts. Also the color of the flesh counts. So if we see all the parameters which are very much required in the market as per the consumer demand, that means that we are having a good variety. And also we have to take care one thing, that consumer liking is changing. So one has to be very well aware of all the farmers and the breeders, and they are well aware of the thing that what is going to happen in the market after 5 years. Is the consumer taste will change, or change in which direction, if their color liking will change. So that is here the role of the breeders is also very important. So industry as a whole is not only the high density plantation, the industry defines all the parameter, the breeders and the new variety, the breeders and the new varieties and the new rootstocks and the process of making a feather plant. So the process of making a feather plant is that process is the net. So in the last few years, we have been doing the various experiments in the fields. Here on the top, you can see this is our own research orchard where we have done the complete mulching and the drip irrigation and close planting, everything. And below you can see the full cover of the net, even bottom to bottom, because we want to protect it from the monkeys also. When we reach up to 5 to 6 times of production, because with the rootstock, the three major things happen: that adaptability, the climate is increased. The adaptability on the lower altitudes, lower level, that is definitely increased. But with the productivity, like the traditional orchard, if you compare the productivity, fruit starts normally in the traditional orchard in the 8th year. But here, the fruit starts in the 2nd year only. And the 3rd year is the bumper fruit. And 5th year is the maximum fruiting year. So the timing that reduce, not only that, important is the more and more 4 to 5 times yield. So with more of the yield, early fruiting, it become a complete commercial orchard. To protect it, the commercial orchard, that means that we have to have a cover on the top. And now you can have a very quick look at the orchards that we are making. You can see 2.5 feet line to line we are doing with the Coca-Cola. And thanks to Coca-Cola, they have given us the opportunity by using their CSR, and we almost completed 600 orchards like this in various Himalayan states and districts. And all orchards are 100% successful. Here on the right, you can see the Coca-Cola team standing behind a pot, which is fully loaded with the fruit. So we've been experimenting the production in the pots also. So this one case example of the Poonam I want to give. This this is the cancer patient, but she's doing a wonderful job in her orchard. She raised about 250 plant in only 1,000 square meter. And only in the 2nd year, she sold her orchard for 2,50,000 rupees. So, and the broker who took the orchard, he sold it for 3,50,000 rupees. So this is only from the 5 nalis, so wonderful that every plant almost 7 to 10 kg fruit she harvested. So earlier she was not taking even 5,000 rupees from that piece of land. And right from 5,000 to 250,000 is a big jump. And this is because of this technology and also the hard work of the farmer. So together, so if we do it, then we can revolutionize the whole Himalayan. We can prevent the migration of the young generation, because if they will get the results, they will never move from the hills. It's not possible. Even with 5 nali and 10 nali, everyone is having that much of the land. But with that small piece of land, they can earn a lot of money and they can stay at the farm. Also, some enthusiastic farmers and innovative farmers can turn into the packing, grading lines, marketing systems, and the potential is enormous. Like on lower elevation, they can do a lot in lower elevation, especially the elevation which is 2,000, which is 1,000 to 1,500 meter. This belt is absolute virgin at the moment, because Earlier, the fruit was apple fruit was only possible 1600 meter and above, but now it can grow very well right from the 1000 meter to 15 meter. So more of the productivity and the labor appreciation is substituting the import. So 4 lakh tons of the fruit every year we are importing, and we can substitute with the new varietal introductions, and we can start exporting in few years. First, our target should be to substitute the imports. So the visible impact you can see. The more important is whatever you are saying has to be proven on the ground. And secondly, that should motivate the farmers. The more farmers' energy, more the farmers' motivation is, I think then you need not to say anything. Farmers are very smart. The only problem with India farmers is that they are not getting good money from their crops. As soon as they started getting good money from the crop, they will immediately become innovative. They will perform even far better what we are telling to them. This is my own experience on the ground, that the farmers started innovating as soon as he realizes that, look, there is more money lying in front of me. So the development is, so the money which is coming in the pocket of the farmer is the key of the development that we have to realize. So rather than looking at the doubling of the farmers, I always talk about 25 times the income of the farmers, not doubling of the farmers. So potential is there, scope is there, everything is there. Only we need to deliver. I can say the disseminate the technology in a very right way to the farmers, giving them the right planting material right in time, and keep on hand holding the farmer for a certain period of time. Then you will see the change, and this is a game changing what I'm talking about. And that's why in the Himachal we started in 2004, as I told you in this presentation also you have seen. Then there was absolute no concept in India. When I started in Sopian, Baramulla, and Kashmir, the people were wondering what I was saying. But now, in Himachal, I started in 2014, but in Uttarakhand in 2015-16. But the Kashmir has taken up very fast because their climate is very good, and the farmers are also very smart. Even the Himachal farmers are more smarter, but they had the opportunity little later. But the Kashmir farmers are not lesser. They also adopt the technology very fast. And if you see in these days, is a spreading like a wildfire in Kashmir. People are cutting their old traditional orchard and putting up the rootstock-based dwarf high-density system. And I told you, it's not only in the case of the apple. It's true with the cherry. It's true with the pears, peaches, plums. It's true with the most of the fruits. It's true with grapes. In almonds, it's true. So introduction of the dwarf fruit strains will lead to a new era of horticulture that I'm looking for. Here you can see our nurseries. This year we have prepared 500,000 plants with full feathers, and the nursery is spread over an area of 50 acre. And on the top you can see our professional orchard. We have raised the first orchard with 12,000 plants at one place, flat on the riverside, and absolute good fruiting this year also. We planted this orchard in the lockdown period, and people, they are surprising to see loaded with the fruit this year. So here is the most important and key factor is making the plants. So making plants in India is the ultimate. I mean, Lord Manity, here you can see on the right, Dr. Tej Pratapji, Vice Chancellor of Pantnagar University, and all our he traveled very wide, and he also told me, not only he but the all nurserymen of the Italian nurserymen, when they see this photo, They can't believe it. They said, no, no, this is it. This is India. I said, yes, this is India. We have done. We have done it, making its right technology, fruit plant, and more and more feathers on the plant. And 1 year plant, this is 2 year plant. And when we deliver 2 year plant to the farmer, he gets fruit only in 1 year. Only in the first year, he gets more than 5 kg fruit. So the potential is unlimited. It's not a tree plantation now. No more. It's like a crop. So no waiting, no long waiting. And with the good planting material, we can really do serve India. There's no need to import now the plants in India. There is no need to import the fruits because we are now able to make the plants and the fruits production in India. So here I also recommend to the universities to just focus on the more the government can formulate because initial investment for the support system, because as I told, the support system is very important. Otherwise, the plant can't stand on its own roots because of the fibrous root system. So the more of the financial support is required, and we need to do the rootstock developmental programs, aiming the multiple folds in production, because the production as on date in India, if the total is like something like 1.5 to 2 million, but the production need to be in more than 20 folds. We need every 20 to 30 million plants every year in India. So here the role of the university and the government has to be defined. So this is a very small presentation. I think I have given a very brief introduction to the high density system of plantation, and our toll-free number is here. My telephone number is also here. That is 9917106077, and our toll-free number is also. People can note this is 844-844-5524. Here our attendants are during the daytime, all daytime they are available to answer every question and to help and support the farmers. So this is all from my side, a short presentation and short talk on high density apple system. Though it needs for a training, it needs about 3 to 4 days for a farmer to understand the whole science behind the high density technology. So we are conducting various training courses. Training courses for the master trainer is different, and the training courses for the government people is different, and the training courses for the farmers is also different. For the beginners is different, for the advanced courses are different. So all kind of courses in case of the high density apple system and other fruit crop is different. So I'll appreciate if the anyone is interested to choose any kind of the training program. We have last year we have completed training for more than 15,000 farmers. So this is must be to your surprise, but we are doing this awareness campaign and training programs all over the Himalaya region, all over the temperate growing region of the fruits. Thank you very much. Everybody listen to my talk today. Is okay?
Yes, Mr. Sudhir, thank you for the detailed presentation. There are a few questions from our participants. I'll quickly read out one by them.
Yeah, sure, please.
Okay, so the first question is, what services are provided by Chadha Seed Farm to farmers?
Look at there, we have the two concerns. One is Chadha Seed Farm, and another is Indo-Dutch Horticulture Technologies. So even in the YouTube, if you find Indo-Dutch Horticulture and Technologies or Sudhir Chadha Apple, then you will find everything on Apple. Sudhir Chadha on the papaya, then you will find on papaya. So I was doing papaya work, and earlier talk I remember you have taken that was a talk on papaya, and today is a high density apple system, apple and other fruit crop system. So they both are entirely different. Papaya is absolutely tropical, and this is apple is temperate. So we provide all kind of services, like we provide the planting material. We provide, in case of papaya, we provide seeds and the nurseries. In case of apple, we provide the apple plants right from February to 15th of August. You can plant an apple tree, and walnuts, cherries, and also we will, in coming time next year onward, will provide all the stone fruits. So we provide the training, as I already told you and explained in my presentation, that you can check our website, you can contact us, because, and I'm taking 2 classes every week. So people can join us in the professional classes, technical classes, and the technical classes are every 2 classes every week. And there I'm normally focus myself for the practices to be done only in that particular month. So I need a very strong need of and desire of the farmer, because if I explain everything what he has to do year round, and sometimes they forgot. So better is to remind and tell them very fresh every month that what they have to do. So anyone can join our classes, that is Indo-Dutch Academy classes. And the number, or the toll-free number, as I will repeat the number. That number toll free is 844-844-5524. And he can get the information of all about services, our services.
Okay. And next question is, please tell us about your most innovative farmer award from ICAR you have won. What was it for?
Okay, that ICR award was that was actually given to me by ICR in 1993. That time, Dr. Chandrasekhar was the Prime Minister, if you remember. So this was I received this award from the Prime Minister Chandrasekhar, and Mohan Dharia was there. So I received that award, and that award was for this development of the new varieties in papaya. That time I didn't started this apple. At that time I was very much right from 79, if I remember. In 1979, I started doing the papaya farming, and then the research work. I developed the basic stain lines and then inbred lines, and then I selected the male plants, and with that, the help of that, I improved the whole cropping pattern. I also did a lot of work on the intercropping pattern and the dwarfing of the this papaya, and for that I received that award.
Okay. And next question is, do you also grow crops under greenhouse?
Yes, a lot. I've been doing a lot greenhouses, because if you in 1994 we started vegetable in the greenhouse, and then that time, if you remember, there was no big concept of the greenhouse. So we were the one in India. We started the greenhouse. We popularized the concept of the greenhouse in 1994, and there was a small project under the Deen Dayal Gram Vikas Yojana. The government has given a small project for 300 farmers to set up the greenhouses for the vegetables. So we completed that project in 2 years and set up about 300 polyhouses of 1,000 square meter each. And that polyhouses, we trained the farmers for the vegetable production, indeterminate tomato production, capsicum and cucumber production, colored capsicum production, and tomatoes of cherry tomato also. Normally these crops we have undertaken, and that was a wonderful time when I was only focusing on the greenhouse production of the vegetables. Then I switched to the floriculture, because if you study even as on date, we are importing bulbs a lot from Netherlands, bulbs of the gladiolus, bulbs of lilies, calla, xanthidaceae, tulips. We are buying from Netherlands. We are taking only the flowers, and none of the company in India is able to propagate the bulbs in a professional way, the way the Netherlands people they do, because that technology is very precious and they don't want to share. But by repeated visiting, I mean, I visited more than 30, 40 times abroad, and I took the technology 10% from one, 10%. So I took the technology in pieces, and then I assembled that, and I set up a project that is Indo-Dutch Horticulture Technologies is a project for the bulb multiplication and forcing in India. So we did the forcing in India. The forcing is the term used for activation of the bulbs. We are doing at Bhimtal, Chafi, one place, and activating the bulbs, and they perform equally good as imported bulbs. So this is well recognized company, and most of the government projects they are buying, and the innovative farmers, progressive farmers are buying bulbs and getting technology from us. So this
Okay.
is all about the floriculture and vegetables I've been doing for years, and still I'm doing a small, not very big, because I switched to 90%. I switched to the high density clonal system of pattern of the cropping in the temperate fruits, which I see is far more important, not now for me to do.
Okay. Sir, can you please stop sharing the screen and on your camera so that we can see your video?
Okay.
You can click on stop screen sharing. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you can on the
Now
camera.
can you see me
Yes.
now? Yes.
Yes, I can see. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So next question is,
Yes.
is high density apple cultivation now popular?
Is now popular.
Hmm?
Is very, very much popular. And you know, if I give you the data, in 2015, hardly high density apple we were able to perform hardly 5 to 10 hectares in 2015, and now inclusive of all other companies now involved in this high density making project, I think India has reached to more than 2,000 hectares of the high density plantation. So this is substantially increased in India. And in coming 3 to 5 years, it will reach up to 5 to 10,000 hectares, the high density. So it's not only people have accepted this technology, it's revolutionizing the whole game.
Okay. And what are some drawbacks of high density cultivation?
Yeah, of course, one drawback is that the plants, if the farmer will not take care properly, the high density needs everything high. I mean, like if you are driving a fast car, then you have to be very attentive. So this is almost the same. When you do the high density system, you have to be very attentive. And the farmers, they are attentive just because of the reason they are getting money. So don't worry, the farmers are very attentive, but still the drawback is the plant needs support, because if the fast wind, the plants can die off, plants can fall off, and that needs steel support, steel wire supports, poles, wires, anchors. And also one another drawback is that if you don't have proper water system, if you don't have the enough water available, then the plants will not survive, because the upper soil will become dry very soon, and that will lead to the plant death. And if even if not death, then that will invite lot many diseases in the plants. So that is sometimes very difficult to encounter. And so a regular attention of water, fertilizers, Support system is required.
Okay. And next question is, yeah, you mentioned about a lady
Yes.
Who earned rupees 25,000 for the orchard. What is the
Not
acreage of?
25,000, 2,50,000.
Oh, okay, okay. 2,50,000 for the orchard. What
Yeah.
is the acreage of her orchard?
Only 1,000 square meter, a 1/4 of an acre.
Okay. Okay, and
This
this
is
was it.
first year. This is the second year of that lady, and in 5th year, I hope in the 5th year she will cross 5 lakh rupees per 1/4 of an acre. I mean 20 lakh rupees per acre she will cross.
And this was at which place?
This place is Uttarakhand.
Acha.
And this is her place is Purola. Purola is 4-hour drive from Mussoorie towards Himachal Pradesh. So that goes then further. If we go further 60, 70 kilometers, the Himachal starts. So that is the place Purola.
Okay. And next question is, in your area, is apple the main crop that brings the highest revenue for the farmers?
Not in my area, all the Himalayan states. I think the highest income crop is apple. And the next number is after apple comes cherry or comes kiwi or the other stone fruits. But apple is the highest paying crop for sure.
Okay. And next question is, are there new varieties of apples being grown these days?
Yes, of course. All the varieties which are basically India is the importer of the apples. India imports around 4 lakh metric tons of the apple. So that is very, very substantial. Because if you see the total production of Himachal is roughly like 10 lakh metric tons, 1 million metric tons. So 0.4 million is imported, like 40% of the total production of the Himachal is being imported every year. So first target is to substitute import. So the varieties we are targeting, all those varieties which are coming as imports in India, all the red delicious strains, new clones like King Rot clone, the Velox, red Velox clones, or the Gala clones, which are coming to India, all varieties are the same varieties that we are recommending for high density, and we are providing planting material to the farmer.
Okay. And
Yeah.
next question is, in which state is apple cultivation more popular, Himachal or Kashmir?
Himachal total production is, as I said, 1 million to 1.5 million tons, and in Kashmir is 20% more, but the potential more potential is in Kashmir, because Kashmir is flat temperate region. And now with if they will adopt this technology on a scale, I think they can double the production. They will be double than Himachal in coming times. Within 5 to 10 years, you can note down somewhere that within 5 to 10 years, apple production in Kashmir will be double almost, and it will be double than Himachal Pradesh. And our Uttarakhand, I am from Uttarakhand. Our Uttarakhand is a little bit slow, but I think with this technology, we can also come in at par with the Himachal also in coming 5 to 7 years for sure.
Okay. And next question is, how come apples from US and New Zealand are being successfully sold in Indian market?
Look at that. There are three things very important. One is the farmer, what the consumer is looking. All fruit should be alike, same. So one is red, one is not red, half red, or one is small, one is big. No, not accepted in the market. Now the consumer taste and liking is completely changed. So the consumer is looking for all uniform apples. So one thing they are with the new production system, this exactly the same system with the high density is, if you see the fruits from any high density orchard or the any one of our orchard out of 600 orchard we have raised, you can see the same, because all fruits, the farmers are so surprised. They said, now we are getting almost 90% A grade. Why is this? I mean, this is because the sun is coming to all the fruits from both the sides. So sunshine is on the surface of the fruits is full. So that is the one reason. And second, we have controlled with the pruning and all. The whole of the fruit is exposed. So that's why full in color. And second, with the colored strain and new varieties that we're putting in. So that's the reason that all the fruits are good size, and when we grade it, polish it, and then it becomes shiny, and put it in a different grading boxes and put a sticker on it, then it's exactly the same or even better than the imported fruits. They've been doing good practices of post-harvest practices, and they are maintaining the temperature right from the cold store till the consumer. They are maintaining the cold chain. So that is also the reason that their post-harvest is very advanced. And now we are also in our India, the big companies are doing the same, and new companies are also coming with the very professional setup of the post-harvest and presenting the same thing to the consumers at a same price, and somewhere it's a better price. So the post-harvest, because of the better post-harvest management, better grading, sorting practices, they are getting the better prices in the market.
Okay. And next question is apple farming a profitable activity for an outside investor to come and do?
Yes, very, very great. This is a good question. If you really broadcast the answer of this question to the people who are thinking that apple must be a very difficult exercise and very difficult orcharding system to do. No, absolutely no. And my observation is that even a bank manager, because I know a lot of the bank people, they have also raised the project because they were attracted with the returns. So they started and they shared their experience that we were surprised because there's nothing much to do in these orchards. Everything is automatic. If the water system is automatic, the fertigation system is automatic, mulch is there, there's no weeding practices to be done now, because the mulching also controls the evaporation, the water, as well as the weeds also. And there's a net on the top, so there is no fear of the damage from the birds or the hail. So they said, this is industry, this is not an agriculture. This is absolutely industry, which is giving you a white money, which is to many people, they are looking for the white money. So that this is the white money, a fair business, non-pollution business, and secondly, lot of money every year. And for the industrialist, it's a very good proposition. And I can quote example of one person whose name is Mr. Garg, Umesh Garg. So he's been doing exports of the garments. He is a Delhi based businessman living in Vasant Vihar area. But now he started with the only 250 plants in first year, and second year raised about 2,000 plants. And now his son is living in US, and the second son is running a very renowned pizza brand, Leo Pizza, in Delhi, you must be aware of. So the both are attracted, and both are now started doing going in a very big way, like 25 acre of the apple orchard, and with the tourist attraction, they are making villas in the gardens. So they are blending tourism with the horticulture and want to make more money as compared with the pizza business or as compared with the garment export business. So they want to, they not only, they are very passionate about the business. They were saying in this, during this last month visit, that this is what the one which is very close to our heart, and not only giving us money, this is giving us a very good feel also.
Okay. And next question is, how are apples sold? Do you sell the entire orchard crop to a broker, or do you sell the fruits by weight?
Now look at this. You have a good quality, then the buyers will be on your doorstep for sure, because this is the fruit that people are looking for. So the last year also, there the one of the exporter who was actually importing from New Zealand. So he was looking for this, and then he procured the fruits from all our growers at a double price. And last year he gave a price of 100 kg on ground without a zero expense of the farmer. So this is a very good price that farmer get for the first time with these varieties. So I don't think there is absolutely no worry about sales of this product because the product is very good.
Okay. And next question is, based on your observation, why are farmers not getting good money for their crops?
Which crops?
The apple crops.
Which farmers? I mean, our farmers or the traditional farmers?
The traditional farmers.
Traditional farmer can get never get good money, because the production of the traditional farmer is only 4,000 to 5,000 kg per acre. And number two, the plants become old. As the plant become old, the color also drops down. So the new orchards, they have good color, and with the age, the color also drops. So at the moment, and most of the plants are disease affected with the various fungal and the saprophytic diseases, also with some kind of viruses. So that is the reason the traditional farmer, and except in some areas of Kashmir and Himachal, where the climate is most suitable, except those areas, everywhere the apple farming is not that profitable with conventional system. This change is all that I'm indicating is all because of this high density clonal rootstock based technology.
Okay. Since we are running short of time, I'll just take two more questions. The next question is, please tell us more about the Coca-Cola project. What is the benefit for Coca-Cola in doing this? Hello, Mr. Sudhir, you are there? Hello. Mr. Sudhir, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Sudhir, I can hear you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
next question is, please tell us more about the Coca-Cola project. What is the benefit for Coca-Cola in doing this?
Look at when I met for the first time to Coca-Cola, they were looking for to double the production of apple in India. So they asked me, "Can you double the production?" I said, "Yes. If you provide the proper the financial support to the farmers, I can do that, because now I know which are the varieties to be given to the farmers and the technology as well." So they have chosen me as their vendor and the partner in the apple. They have a very different parallel line of the Coca-Cola that is called food circular economy, and they have already entered into the juice portfolio. So they have already the Tetra packs now available in the market from Coca-Cola. So they wanted to double production, because I told them that these apples are not for the juice purposes or for the concentrate purposes. They agree to that. They said, okay, no problem. But if if we will double the production in India, then definitely we'll get more surplus also. So they are looking for the surplus. The one point, another point is they have to spend the CSR. So they want to put their CSR into the connecting lines. So Apple is connecting line to them. That's why they offered us for raising the orchard among 100 farmers. First as a trial base was very successful, and second year was 600 farmers, which are more successful. They have given us the best CSR utilization award and appreciated among all their bottlers in India, and the whole team of the Coca-Cola appreciated the effort. And they are all positive for this project and want to increase more and more in different areas also. So Coca-Cola venture is very small, not very big, but it cast a very big effect. I think this is the first of its own kind CSR exercise that lead to a substantial change and revolutionary effort, I must say. So I'm really thankful to Coca-Cola because they have given me the opportunity. Sometimes with the government, they spend a lot of money, crores and crore rupees, and the end result was not very big. But in Coca-Cola case, because they were so keen and they observed everything, and we spend each and every money in a right way, they have given. So this happened, and this contribution was, I think, will be marked in the history for sure.
Okay, one last question I will take up. Yeah,
Please.
what services are provided via your toll-free number?
What's in toll-free number? We normally get the contacts, leads, and leads were further processed. If someone is interested to make a big orchard or a small orchard or need some plants, some services, we registered that. And then we do the follow-up according to the choice of the customer, because our customer care services are only to register. They sometimes they can give the answer of some basic questions, but for the technical and for the business and for the technology disseminations, I think that they pass it on to the other experts, and we normally process that, and we get back to the customer as soon as possible, and give him the better advices.
Okay. Okay, one of our participants has appreciated your work, and his message is as follows. Thank you for taking the time to give this inspiring presentation.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
Mr.
you,
Sudhir
ma'am.
Chadha, now we have
Yeah.
come to end of question round.
Yes.
Agricultureinformation.com likes to thank you for a detailed presentation and answering all the questions in depth. And we also like to thank all the participants for joining this meeting. The meeting will now be closed. Have a good and safe weekend.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're most welcome, sir.
Thank you.